I think there's quite a few things that have impressed me about the team. Firstly, their willingness to learn, their willingness to adapt and try new things, which has been really refreshing, and I think we're seeing the results of that. And I think the camaraderie amongst the team as well. I mean, I hear a lot of people talking about how together the guys are, and you can really feel that from the inside as well. So certainly two things that have impressed me. Obviously, when I arrived, I said there was talent amongst them, and I think they're all starting to show that now. And show it on the big stage against the big teams as well. So I mean, a combination of all three of them together, I think, is an exciting prospect. No, I tend to look at it differently. I think there are expectations, obviously, back here at home in Sri Lanka, but I think the energy that we're gaining off the fans, the crowd, everything is superb, and I think the boys are feeling it. So I think we can use that as a real positive. The fact that everybody is behind us, the nation is behind us, and we're out there fighting to try and obviously bring a smile to everybody's face. So for me, it's a positive, and it's something we can use as energy, and something we have used as energy in the dressing room already. Well, I mean, it's obviously the conditions will be different to what we've been playing in. We accept that, but it'll be different for most teams as well. Obviously, the only guys that really get home advantage are Australia. But that's why we're going early, is to make sure that we adapt to the conditions, we adapt to the weather, we look at the surfaces we're going to be playing on, and we acclimatise before we go into that first game. The last thing that we want to do is sleepwalk into any game, hence why we're going early to prepare. Yeah, I mean, it could be, but at the same time, we have to, treat the teams we're coming up against with the same respect as you would an India or Australia or an England. We have to beat them, and we have to make sure we do it well. So we will prepare just as hard for the games that we're playing in the qualifiers as we will for any other game that we come up against. So for me, it's about giving giving the opponent the respect that they deserve, and making sure that we as a team, sort of really instill that discipline to make sure that we meet every game head on in the same sort of fashion. Well, I think there's always going to be areas to improve. I think you're right. I think, obviously setting totals, something we did really well in the final, but something we haven't done a great deal of. So at times we're going to have to think about that. And then equally with the bowling, it's still working on the Yorkers, the various skills that we're going to need to make sure that we can be successful on the Australian wicket. So making sure that we have the skills to back the plans up. So it's a constant work in progress and something that we're pushing all the time. The dimensions of the grounds in Australia, we have some big grounds that we will have to learn to cope with, really, and a lot of it will be coming down to making sure that we get the distance right off the boundary, we cut the angles down, and getting the guys used to doing that to make sure they're ready for those games.